A video can be banned on YouTube for many reasons. Maybe as nudity, maybe as blood, or maybe just no reason at all. And the topic of today's video revolves around the indie cartoon series Punch Punch Forever, so specifically episode 3, and the animation is seemingly shadow banned on the platform. So join me, Dovin, and my friend Samantha on this late evening in this house as we talk about this cartoon, have a little fun.
The same cartoon Dovin just paused to give you lore about this internet thing. Luckily, I got these beers to tide me over while you yap.
But speaking of yapping, while we're chatting in this video, make sure to look up once in a while when you're drawing or eating over there.
Yeah, what are you snacking on? I wanna know.
And later in this video, I'll be shouting out indie Kickstarters, so stay tuned for that too. Punch Punch Forever, or PPF, which is what I'll be calling it for really most of this video, is an online series created by Irish animator Speederoo. The show revolves around a martial arts kid named Gogo, her older half-demon sister Nono, and their mom named Mama. The main focus being a martial arts tournaments where humans and demons fight, and they have fun doing so.
No! メガネ! オイラの唯一の弱点!
And there's actually been a yearly summer release, with episode 1 coming out in 2023, episode 2 in 2024, and, well, obviously episode 3 in 2025.
Hey, once per year for a new episode ain't that bad. Not compared to a lot of projects I've seen with no episodes a year. But what makes them take so long?
Actually, yeah, what's such been on the production? As Speederoo made this helpful behind-the-scenes post on Newgrounds, and this will actually give a bit more weight to why the shadow ban means a lot, actually. Also, to be clear, this is not a full retelling, as I'll just be skimming and tell you some of the bits that I found pretty interesting, pretty important. Link in the description for the full post.
Best time to read is at 2 a.m. when you're just about to fall asleep.
Basically, between episodes 1 through 3, Speederoo had been learning how to relinquish a lot of work onto others during production. So rather than doing all the stuff by himself, he delegated a lot of the works as a usual animation studio would. In doing so, the productions can come out a bit faster and still keep his auteurness to it. For each episode, actually revolve around specific interests of his. Episode 1 would focus on his love for retro anime, worn VHS tapes, and Japan's transition to the 1980s. Episode 2 would be a love letter of horror, and more specifically slasher films.
I mean, that's clearly Freddy Krueger and his daughter Pinhead that Gogo fights.
Yeah, I don't think that's who they are.
I'm a big horror movie fan. I love watching Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey.
Ugh. Lastly, episode 3 is a love letter to wrestling.
Can feel your power calming from within. It's your Ichigeki. The loved ones and memories most dear to you are what gives the Ichigeki its strength.
In a lot of my videos, I talk about how sharing art online and how posting on social media is a good and bad thing to do. However, in posting, other artists might find your work and you yourself could get some work. This had actually happened to Spanky Draws, where Speederoo would find his artwork and then hire them as a character designer for PPF episode 3. Actually, speaking of art in itself, Speederoo boards the series in Flash 8 and does cleanup with Clipsio PNEX. Wow. And he would post a snippet on Twitter showing off the original storyboard draft where he recorded the scratch audio himself on his laptop microphone. Touching upon one last note, production-wise, before I get into the shadow banness, is the fact that he got the Japanese wrestler Maki Ito to voice Mika in the animation. This has actually been her first voiceover work in general, which is pretty cool. And extra cool for Speederoo, as he had drawn fan art of her prior, all the way back in 2020.
Fucking bullshit, motherfucker! You piece of shit!
Damn, she could yell at me anytime.
Like I mentioned before, a video or even a channel could be shadow banned for one reason or another. Searching up the words Punch Punch Forever yields mixed results for the actual cartoon. For me, when I do it in incognito, Speederoo's channel shows up at the top result, as well as one of his animations. If his channel was shadow banned, then the other cartoons just wouldn't show up, at all. And if it was the actual series that's being banned for whatever reason, the announcements also just wouldn't show up. I mean, Drake researching Merch Forever, for the plushies he sold, the video actually does show up.
Hey, did he put tags in the video? I know those are good to have for algorithm stuff.
Oh, actually, yes he did. Now, weirdly enough, this happened for all 3 episodes. The first might have just been a fluke, the second one's a bit weird, and the third is just straight up a pattern. June 5th, so the day before release, Speederoo immenses his frustration with what is happening, noting that he'd be making a long-worded essay tweets at YouTube and Twitter to see if anything could change, as he did see someone else's video getting fixed from being search shadow banned. So about an hour later, Speederoo would make the tweet at YouTube and YouTube creators to ask them about why this is happening. Quote,
I've talked to YouTube support agents multiple times, and in email, more than one of whom even acknowledged the situation as unusual, but offered no actionable help beyond generic advice like, try changing your tags, or try a different thumbnail, which don't address the actual issue. I brushed it off as an algorithm hiccup when it happened in the first video, but when it happened to the second video too, seemingly even worse with it showing up even less frequently, obviously something was consistently wrong, and I just like to know what, as it makes me uneasy about about posting future episodes onto the site.
He would continue asking if it's because the video's in Japanese, or maybe the word punch is a TOS trigger in some way, which is weird as the videos posted thus far are ad approved. Like, YouTube wants ads on this thing, but also just doesn't want anyone seeing it for whatever reason. Even after years of the prior 2 episodes being on YouTube, he still gets people saying that he can't find them, which is double weird, as he can literally type in the show into Google and it does show up there. Now, this isn't about views, rather just wanting the show be easily seen by many people. And the show, of course, is still able to be viewed on Newgrounds. Team YouTube would respond in a nothing reply, giving some reasons on why it doesn't appear on the top of search results. Quote,
"Some reasons why a content doesn't appear at the top of the search result are because of a commonly used name, a recent change, or other factors."
Which means essentially nothing, as there are many reaction videos to the animation that are shown first rather than the millions viewed original posts. Twitter user Siri Bubs replies saying that's not the issue, and Team YouTube would respond to them saying, we know this is important to you, and continues to say that search can be ranked on how well titles, descriptions, and video content match a search inquiry, saying that rankings also take into account videos have engaged with the most, which again doesn't make sense as the literal original upload has way more comments than these reactors. This isn't knocking the reactors, of course, but if YouTube's metric is how often someone engages the video, then yeah, his video should show up more.
Which, also, if you haven't commented yet, please do. It helps fund Dovin and I's drinking beer and watching cartoon nights. And paying for 3D backgrounds, I guess.
To make it clear, there's no real comparator to YouTube, at least in the West. Bilibili is a Chinese video sharing site, but I mean more in English-speaking countries, you know what I mean? YouTube also offers monetization and direct access to Google, meaning the widest variety of people can see what you're doing. And a thing being shadow banned, or at the very least buried in your search results, a lot of things can occur. Number one is that the people searching for the episodes just can't find them. So maybe they'll think the videos got deleted, or hasn't been released yet, or got unlisted for whatever reason. Number two, the creator loses out on the potential revenue and new audiences that come from it. Videos like mine, and of course reactors, do help in a small way to funnel interested parties to the original video, but nothing beats the actual source of the cartoon. Now, of course, the animation would be uploaded to Newgrounds, but the website doesn't have the same reach as YouTube. That upload still got a respectable 62,000 plus views, but a majority of people are going to watch on the more mainstream and more easily accessible platform.
I'd probably use Newgrounds more if I had a mobile app. I'm on that more than my MacBook.
As a side tangent, that would be interesting if it did eventually get an app. Like, I definitely want to see the metrics on how people use it prior and after. Like, they could be losing out a potential audience. Like, I know a lot of people watching my videos actually watch on their phone.
Hello, we're in your phone, and wow, you have a lot of fast food apps on here.
One place this speeder did consider to post is on Twitter, which could be a place where more people can see the work. I mean, at Twitter Premium, you can upload longer videos like the entire season of South Park for some reason. With Twitter being a more social-based app, you're literally fighting for the attention of older posts. Or for YouTube, you go there for longer forms of content. Now, for all this isn't to say there wasn't fan support. I mean, episode 3 did reach 1 million views thanks to word of mouth and the promotion of very high-profile artists. People like Dana Terrence, Ian Jones-Cordy, and even Phantom Arcade would help boost the series by tweeting about it. Speaking of fans and audiences in general, I actually asked my subscribers what they thought about episode 3, and Samantha's gonna read them. It's gonna be very exciting.
In my opinion, one of the best indie animated shows on YouTube right now. The animation, the art style, and the absolutely insane action is top tier. And what's most important, all the episodes are straight up fun from start to finish. Also, love all the little details and references. I'm gonna be honest, I don't really care for Punch Punch Forever, or even enjoy it, mostly because the comedy is just random stuff, which follows the logic of random stuff equals funny, instead of focusing on good comedy. Something like The Croods: A New Age, which focuses more on being a random comedy and ignoring everything that made the original amazing, or in Punch Punch Forever's case, a desperate attempt of being funny and having sexual female bodies for sex, which also makes sense since the guy's a not safe for work artist like Derpixion or Twisted Grimm. Yes, it does have nice animation, but definitely one of those independent shows that I'd rather skip than sit through non-laughable comedy. Still, congrats to the guy for at least making something that people do enjoy either way. There were 3 funny bits in the episode that made me crack up. One, when Gogo and her mom were introduced to the ring and some random audience member yelled out, "Fuck you!" 2, when Gogo broke the 4th wall a little and couldn't understand what the spirit realm fighter was saying and tried to read the subtitles, only for there to be no subtitles for him. And 3, when the girlfriend of the 2 red and blue demons got pissed at the blue one and was speaking English and was voiced by an actual Japanese wrestler too. This series just keeps getting funnier and funnier, and I'm all here for it.
If it wasn't clear by this video, the issue still hasn't been resolved for these past years. And you should leave a comment if the issue does get resolved or even has any update on your end. I don't care if it's been like a year or so after the video's released, just keep me updated. I want to know about stuff. I mentioned before, but seeing a lot of the hard work of the animators on display on Twitter really shows what might be missed from those who cannot see the animation. I'm sure if the episodes weren't shadow banned, they would be viewed by many more people. But what I can say is that these cartoons do show how well word of mouth and fans passionately sharing what they like positively affects the work at hand. Directly supporting the creator also helps, as despite YouTube being the largest video sharing platform, you don't get a lot of money from making animations online. So external revenue sources like Patreon or even Kickstarter can also help. So to see the passion, blood, sweat, and tears, and influence of what one loves to be put into digital ink is a marvel to see. And I hope to see more of this as time goes on. Hopefully in the meantime, for the next animation, the series can see the light and eventually breathe a sigh of relief from being shadow banned so that more people may enjoy the show.
Actually, I did hear that some other YouTubers put him in contract with higher up people at YouTube, so that's pretty good to know about, and that it might be a language thing, so when he makes the official English dub, we can see if YouTube shadow bans that upload too.
And it's actually a pretty nice way to end the video. Oh wait, I gotta talk about the other animated series that's coming out very soon. To preface, the creators did not pay me for the shoutouts, and they need all the money they can for the Kickstarter. Brooklyn Broke the Universe is a 30-ish minute Kickstarter pilot created by Seattle-based indie studio TK Doppler, with this cartoon being led by Brandon K. Smith.
Taken from her home, Brooklyn must navigate war-torn universes where she gains a new perspective through the eyes of a separate self.
Is a 3D animated pilot intended for more mature audiences that covers heavier subjects and has lots of violence. I know you love that. The story revolves around Brooklyn Woods as she's recruited by the Multiverse Observation Bureau to survey strange and dangerous worlds, accompanied by a different version of herself, Tara Woods. From what I've seen from the test flight footage and the trailer itself, it seems like a very fun watch, and I can't wait to see it when it comes out. So be sure to donate to the Kickstarter as I have, and as look forward to the potential release. Also, come back to this video after the Kickstarter and tell me if it reached its goal or not, and if it does come out, you should tell me what you think about it. Maybe I can make a video on it. Anyway, back to what Samantha and I were doing before this, which, oh yeah, we gotta watch episode 1 of Punch Punch Forever, because you haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, you went on a whole tangent about a show I literally haven't seen yet.
Anyway, have a good night for now, keep on drawing, and don't forget to check out these cool shows.
I am a dog, and my name is Sam. I'm here on the couch, and I got these cans of beer. Doobie 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 doo, skibbity skibbity, la 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 la.